Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Sorry for the delay there. I heard something a little funny in my audio right as I went live. So, as the title suggests, we may be falling a little short tonight. I know I said on Friday that we would definitely be hitting 700 million tonight. As a matter of fact, I think my words were, it would be easy. and it would have been, honestly, under normal circumstances, it would have been. I think we finished up at 680 million on Friday night, and all I needed to do was to get to 790 million. 790. All I needed to do was get to 690 million to start this stream, because of all the warehouses that I have ready to go and stuff like that. And with 690 million, we would easily hit the 700 million during this stream for all the warehouses I'm going to sell and stuff, because we're going to kick out about 10 million here. $10 million was okay. I hate these trigger points when they're like really like small. It's really easy to step out of them. Anyway, going from 680 to 690 was only a $10 million gain over the entire weekend, and normally I would do that easily. I normally do like 5 or 6 Cayos through the weekend typically, but as it turned out, a lot of things came up. I wasn't able to play as much as I wanted to play, and I only actually did one single Cayo for the entire weekend, and that was an easy mode tequila. It wasn't even a hard mode, so I only pulled in about 1.3 million with that one. It was like old school tequila before the update, and so rather than being at 690 million to start this stream, we are only at 686.8. So, well, and I got some cash, 687 million. So we're about 3 million short where we needed to be to get to 700. So because this is the Monday night short stream where I pretty much have a hard stop at 8:30 because I work at 9, but I normally like to finish by 8 so that I'm not rushed to get food and stuff before work. I'm not sure we'll be able to hit 700 million in that time tonight, but we will see. I'm going to do the best I can. We'll certainly get close. I'll certainly hit 700 million this week during my playtime. It's just, normally I like to do that on stream, hit those 100 million marks, but it looks like this time we may not be able to do it. But we'll be close. We'll be like 699, 698, something around there. And then we can start focusing on 800 million. Man, 800 million. We'll see how quickly I can get there from here. I'd like to do it in about 2 weeks, but that takes some pretty dedicated playing at that point, especially these days with Cayo being, so few and far between with the massive cooldown. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll certainly finish it within a few weeks, like certainly by the end of the month. But I would like to do it in 2 weeks if possible. Anyways, let's get to it tonight. Since we're going to be selling the warehouses, I can finally start my agents back up. I haven't been doing those. If you don't know this, when you have large crate warehouses, if you're not going to be selling anytime soon, and if you're going to be AFK grinding the way that I do, it's not a good idea to have over 77 crates in your warehouse, because as soon as you hit crate number 78, a kind of timer starts that triggers an event where your warehouse can get raided. And, I walk away from this game for 10, 12 hours, leaving my character in game, AFK grinding, like letting my nightclub and bunker product build up and letting my safes build up and stuff like that, so that I come back to the game with more money. But what can also happen during that, if you have 78 crates or more, is you can get raided and you won't even be at the game and you won't know anything about it. And you'll come back to your warehouse only having like 50 or 60 crates in it instead of the 78 plus that you had when you walked away. So that's one reason why once I get my crate warehouses up to 77, I kind of stop until I'm ready to start doing the sale missions. So anyway, let's knock these out. We got one more here to do. That'll be all 5. I think I did all 5. And tonight's plan is we're going to knock out a Cayo, going to knock out a nightclub sale, going to knock out a bunker sale, going to knock out 5 large warehouses worth of sales. I'll do like a 3 crate source mission on them first, get them up to like 80, so that they're each like 1.5 million at that point. And then that'll probably be about all we'll have time for. I think we'll be near the end of the time frame by then. We shall see. What time is it? We're 6 minutes in. We've got about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours if necessary. Of course, we can do payphone hits and VIP and what's it called? The life and death bikes mission too, if need be. Plus mixed goods sale and ammunition sale. So there's a lot of options to make money. I just think that once we knock all the big stuff out, we're probably going to be just a little short on that 700 million. So I'm going to get the safes. I'm going to do my lucky wheel spin at the casino. And then I'm going to go knock out that Cayo Perico. And it is a pink diamond one, by the way, which is nice. Although I think the secondaries are a little bit lacking, which is typical for pink diamond. And even my safes aren't really maxed out because I was trying to grind up the last couple million like this morning. So I actually haven't been away from the game as long as I normally am. Even my AFK safes didn't fill completely. I don't think I need any ammo or armor or anything like that. So man, fall is really in the air. Well, I know we're in October now anyway, but I walk my dog pretty much every morning, and up until just the last couple weeks, I've been able to, just walk her in shorts and a t-shirt outside. But lately, when I walk her in the morning, I've had to wear long pants and a hoodie and stuff. It's getting cold, it's getting windy. You can definitely feel that fall chill early. Now, our weather here is a little funny sometimes. We'll get cold, but then we will cycle back to hot for a little while. I mean, I've seen November days, in the 80s before, or certainly the 70s. So we may still get some warm weather, shorts and t-shirt weather again before it's over. But definitely feeling some of that early fall. And I like it, man. It's my favorite time of year, college football season. I don't know if anyone watching this has a college football. I don't know if anyone watching this is a fan of college football, but I'll tell you what, the game I watched this past weekend was Georgia versus Mizzou, and Mizzou almost upset Georgia. In fact, Georgia did so poorly. Yeah, they did win, but they did so poorly that they actually got knocked out of the number 1 ranking. They're back down to number 2 now, and Bama's back up to number 1. Which I agree with. Georgia didn't look very good against Mizzou. They really didn't. Yeah, I don't know. They just they weren't playing their best football, that's for sure. But they did win it in the end. They're still undefeated, and they're still ranked number 2. So, but they need to get their dominance back. So, all right, we got our safe money. Let's knock out the lucky wheel spin. And let's get to Cayo and get our pink diamond. Oops, I did not mean to run people over, but I did. Sorry, lady. Sometimes I lose control. Eventually, I need to do the casino Dugan missions on this character. I've been so focused on just, the stuff that's most profitable for the grind. I've been neglecting some of the other content in the game. Not that I think of the Dugan mission as particularly great or interesting content, but I do like to get everything knocked out on a character at least. Hey, 40 grand, I'll take that. Take my little thousand chip bonus. I still do this. I take the visitor bonus every day. I know it's kind of petty, but I'm in here anyway, so I may as well, grab it while I'm here. So actually, why is my... I don't know what just happened there. My character literally just... Okay. Walked himself in a circle and went back in. So what I'm going to do here, actually, is jump into my Kasaka. And I think it'll be quicker to just session jump to do it. Let's see. Oops, there we go. Kasaka. I hope that, I was clicking so fast I didn't even really see. Was that a invite only session I chose? I hope so. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I'm going straight to Cayo anyway. But let's see. Yeah, invite only. Good. Good. I was having some fun last week. I don't think I talked about this on Friday, but when I play in online sessions with other people, I've noticed that I tend to run into the same people a lot. And I don't know if that's just because the player base on like Xbox Series X in Expanded and Enhanced is so small that there's just maybe not that many servers going. Because I've noticed too, when I try to jump sessions into another public session, most of the time I end up right back in the same old session again with all the same people. Like, is there not more than one session going on in this platform? I have a feeling the player base on this platform is very small. I have a feeling. We'll see. Whoops. No, I don't want to go to main dock. I'm not gonna bother with that cocoa. I'm just gonna go to the north dock and get the brownie mix. There's a cocoa up at the airport, but to be honest with you, it's more hassle than it's worth to make that extra trip. So I'm gonna go to north dock. It's not that big of a difference, especially when you're on a pink diamond. The secondary values aren't that big. They're like their classic values, what they used to be anyway. And so the difference between a brownie mix and a cocoa is very, very small in this case. Probably 30, 40 grand, something like that. Continue. Ready to play. All right, let's do this. And knock this out quickly so I can get these warehouses sold. And I also have a big nightclub sale to do also. We'll see where that's at when we get back. But yeah, when I jump into public sessions, I notice that I run into a lot of the same people all the time. And like I say, if I jump sessions, it seems like I end up right back in the same one usually. So I feel like there's a pretty small player base on this particular platform right now. Probably PS5 is probably bigger, given PlayStation's popularity over the Xbox. Ooh, I forgot to set my radar. But I ran into this one guy named Death Perception. And he was doing like a lot of club work, CEO work, MC work I was helping out with. And having a lot of fun, actually. Something that I sometimes miss out on because I grind solo so much is I spend a lot of time not doing stuff in groups. And I know for some of the bigger heists and stuff like Casino and obviously the originals and the Doomsday, you need to be playing multiplayer in order to experience that content. So when I said I was looking to experience a lot of the content in this game, some of it you really have to do multiplayer. So eventually you'll get around to it. But right now, like I said, I'm so focused on like the most profitable stuff, which is usually solo, and trying to get to that $1 billion mark as quickly as I can. All right, I think that camera is really pointed over here, so the good, he turned. Now I can get in here and get this guy. Whew. A little rusty there. I almost ran into him. All right, so we got 2 brownie mixes here, and we got 1 back by the water, and that'll fill up the bag. Like I said, I could have gone to the airstrip and grabbed the cocoa up there, but it wasn't worth the extra time, to be honest. The difference is not that great in the value. If there were 2 cocos up there and I could have filled my bag entirely with cocoa, then yeah, I probably would have done it, but not just for 1. Not when I got 3 brownie mixes right on this side of the water and I don't even have to cross the water for it. So camera's looking the other way. Literally all I have to do is grab the brownie mix out of this lockup right here and get back in my boat and head over to the compound. Man, I can't believe I only did a single Cayo over the entire weekend like that. I could not find the time to play. I had too many things going on. Disappointing, but it'll be all right. I've said, how many times have I said it's not a race? It's not a race. Well, let me rephrase that. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And I do believe that. But I would like to wrap it up. I had thought that I would be at 1 billion by the end of August, no later than the end of September. But here we are in October, and I'm literally just getting to the 700 million mark. So. Now, part of what I was doing was getting my new setup in order. You know, in the last week, I got a new monitor, which is now a 27-inch instead of a 24. I'm running native 1440p now instead of 1080p upscaled. I've got my, oh my goodness, with this guy. That boat. They act like NPCs on the road, basically, these boats around this island. I've got my sound being piped a little bit differently now too, where I've got like a direct out, not really listening to the OBS capture anymore. So I had to do like a lot of rewiring for all this. I had to reposition the camera because the 27-inch monitor was significantly bigger than the 24, and I had to move the camera up in order to be able to see over it. And okay, this guy, there we go. Jumped out a little early there. Sometimes it's hard to gauge like the perfect spot to jump out right there for this. So I'm playing through a very different setup than I was like 2 weeks ago. And I have a few more tweaks still left to make. Like I've got these 10-foot cables that I don't really need anymore, but I didn't have any other way to connect in. So I had to like bind them all up with, you know, those Velcro straps. Just fold them up and plug them in, but I've got some short like 1-footers coming to replace them. I think they might even be here, but I haven't had a chance to get my Amazon shipments yet today. I think there's a box upstairs though. All right, and now timing is crucial. It is nice to have a pink diamond finally. I mean, man, that is really rare these days with the probabilities reset the way they are. It's like 90% tequila. As a matter of fact, you know, before they made the change, I used to track it in a spreadsheet, like, you know, how many tequila, how many bearer bonds, how many ruby necklaces, how many, how many pink diamonds. And I should start doing that again now and see what the actual practice, you know, what the actual percentages are in practice doing Cayo over and over. Man, I got kind of hung up on the wall there. I'd be curious, but I feel like tequila is like 90% of it, I feel like. This guy didn't turn yet? Yeah, all right, good. Our timing is still good on this, actually. Oh, but not when I don't jump down the stairs. Dang. All right, I'm not sure if the camera can see his body there, so I'm going to take the camera out. Normally, I don't spend time with that, but I just didn't trust it. All right, I'm not seeing gate keys yet, which is a little bit concerning. Hopefully this guy has it. If not him. Oh, that was close. He was already turned around. I'm a little bit behind on my timing. He did have the gate keys, though, so that takes care of that. So just get this one guy up here, grab the safe, and get back down. All right, let's see what the safe is at, too. So we're at 388. Just say we're at 390 for secondaries. Let's see what the safe gets us. 440. So it's a small wall safe, too. Only 50 grand in there. It can be up to 100 grand. Usually I like to see at least 80. Oh, wow. We are a little behind. That Juggernaut was already coming through there. All right. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And we're actually a tiny bit behind on the timing of stuff based on where the Juggernaut was before we came in here. We'll probably have to wait for him to pass when we come back out. We won't be able to go straight up like I like to. So it's only a difference of like, I don't know what, 10, 15 seconds. We're still plenty in time to get the Elite Challenge bonus, which basically is under 15 minutes. We'll probably be in around like 10 minutes, 11 minutes when we're done here. We'll see what the Juggernaut is when I come out of here, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to wait for him. I'm not going to be able to just run up. Yeah, no, he's right there. So, gotta wait for him to make his turn. Watching the radar. There he is. He made his turn, and this guy is turned back around, so we will head up. Yeah, so it was only a difference of, barely 10 seconds. But I'm just used to being out before that. Usually can come running out there and just jump straight up and go. All right, so we'll take this guy out and get out of here. I love how Pavel says they've got no idea that I'm here. But a little while ago, he made the comment, they've sealed off the drain. So if they sealed off the drain, who do they think cut it open? Obviously, they know someone's here. Anyway, Rockstar writing at its finest, All right, we are about done. Just wait for the words at the bottom. As soon as his words disappear out here, we'll be done. There we go. We're done. All right. So it is nice to get more than 1.5 million for once. With all the tequilas, even with the increased secondaries, it's still, at best around like 1.5 million. But with the pink diamond, it's going to be significantly higher, which is nice. And since we're up here, I'll probably just jump right over to my bunker and knock out the bunker sale. And then we'll start focusing on the warehouses and get those knocked out. I'm planning on doing a 3 crate source mission for each one before I sell it. Look at that, 1.745. Nice. That's like $250,000 more than what I normally get with all the tequilas. Still won't be enough to make a difference, though, for the 700 million tonight, unfortunately. Nope, I needed to run a few more Cayos to do that, but just did not have the time. It is refreshing to get the pink diamond once in a while. Also, their bearer bonds. I almost never get bearer bonds either. That's a little bit different because you have the safe combo instead of the plasma cutter. But I almost never see it. Alright, call for the Oppressa. And I can go back to my large radar display now too. So, like I said, since we're up here, let's just get the bunker sale out of the way. Watch it be Merryweather. Always Merryweather. Oh, actually, I'm headed the wrong direction. I want to go this way. Nice sunny day in Los Santos. I think I have a full bunker. I would be surprised if I didn't. The only way I don't is if I forgot to buy supplies, but I don't usually do that. No, I got full product. Well, full for single player. All right. Buy supplies. Sell in Los Santos. Oh, nice. Phantom Wedge. Well, I certainly prefer this to the, what's it called? The Merryweather mission. This is probably the second easiest one of the various missions. Although I think the, I think the Dune Buggy one is the one I like the most. I know a lot of people hate that one because those vehicles are just god-awful. But I think it's kind of fun. I usually do it pretty well, too. My challenge, whenever I get the Dune Buggy one, I push myself to see if I can finish it before the 5-minute warning from Agent whatever, Agent 14. Now, thankfully, this particular Phantom Wedge has bulletproof tires, so even if those police vans throw out the spike strips on the road, it won't take these tires out. And that's, that's in pretty stark contrast to, like, if you're doing the long fin mission in setup for Cayo Perico, and if you call for your own Phantom Wedge, then it's not bulletproof. The tires are not bulletproof. And when the police vans put out the spike strips, it can really screw you up. I don't know if you've ever tried to drive a Phantom Wedge with the top tires. It's not easy. Not easy at all. Now, I want to say in that same long fin mission for Cayo, you know, Pavel puts a few trucks on the radar for you that you could go get if you don't have your own Phantom Wedge, you know, to call. I usually just call my own in. And I think one of the ones on the radar is a Phantom Wedge. I don't know whether that one has bulletproof tires or not, because that would be provided by the game. Maybe that one does. Maybe that one's different. Not sure. I might test that out one of these times. Just go get that one instead of calling for mine. That's the thing with the grind. Trying to maximize money earned for time spent. And I never really play around too much with, you know, like exploring. Like, hey, is that bulletproof? I should go get that one and see. Or so like I'm just like, nope. Call mine in, get it done. Let's go. You know, let's move. It's the only thing about trying to grind, you know, something out and turning it into a sprint, like I said, instead of a marathon, which is what it really should be. Now, this is always a little bit of a risky move, but I still do it anyway. It's only ever effed me out really one time. I know I can fit on here with the train. There we go. And I think it's worth it. Oh, I missed my turn. It's okay, I can turn here too. It's just a little bit sharper of a turn up here. There we go. And taco truck is in the way. And we're about done with this. There we go. Easy. Under 4 minutes. Quick 135,000. I know the sell is actually 210, but I spent 75 on new supplies, so actual profit per bunker is 135. So I love when bunkers on double money. You make so much more at that point. You know what? I'm just going to call actually for my buzzard here. CEO vehicles. You know, why am I calling for my buzzard though? I don't really need to do that. I need to jump sessions into my office actually, because I'm going to start doing the warehouses now. So let's set up the Maze Bank Tower and jump into the office. Okay, so what I'm going to do for each warehouse, you know, I got 5 warehouses. I'm going to do a 3 crate source mission for each one. And basically I'll do 3 crate source mission and then I'll sell that warehouse. And that'll work out too, because I can I can sell right from the warehouse as I drop off the crates. And we'll start with West Vinwood. Starts me in the shower. All right, here we go. Time to cash these guys in. And of course, if I get the new crate source missions, I will just jump session and call it a loss on the money for it. I'm not going to do the one where you have to go blow up the containers underwater. I'm not going to spend the time on that. It's just not it's not worth the time. Horrible, horrible mission. I wish they had not added that in. The auto shop one is not terrible, but all right, so you see we're at like 77 each. So we'll start with West Vinwood and we'll source 3 crates. Let's see what we get for the mission. Good. Looks like an OG mission. And I will use Pegasus Concierge and get out of here.
Hi there. How can I help you?
Oops. There we go.
As soon as you've decided, I'll get the Pegasus rep to prepare the vehicle. Okay, I'll get it landed on the helipad.
All right, so which one is this? Mission, I mean.
Special cargo ready for collection.
Oh, good. It's going to be easy. It's ready for collection. I can just go pick it up. There will be no problems. Right. This one's kind of far out, though. Is it up by the observatory, I think? Or maybe that's not the observatory. It's the, it's not even there anyway. It's over, kind of up by my bunker a little bit. Hopefully the, vehicle actually has the crates in it. A lot of time with these, you'll come up to it and basically the doors will be open, the truck will be empty, and you got to go chase it down. Actually, you know what I see? I see what might be a cop car sitting there. I think it is. Yeah, so this is the cop ambush one, I guess. Will be my guess. But I think I can just call Lester. Well, I usually do. That's going to be the stuff, right? Which vehicle is it? Is it the... Yeah, this will be it. So what I'm going to see if I can do this. It's been a while since I've done these. I forget if this is an option or not. I think I can get Lester ready on the phone. And as soon as I get in and the cops jump on me, I can call him. Assuming that is a cop sitting there. I'm pretty sure it is, though. It says unavailable right now. Well, we'll see. Probably because I don't have a wanted level. There we go.
No problem. I'll get him off your back.
There we go. Yeah, yeah. See, old school missions like that, man, it's easy with Lester. It's one of the annoying things about the modern missions is they've removed your ability to call Lester. And, you know, I can see in certain circumstances, like when the cops play a significant role in the mission. But some of the missions that you can't call the cops for, I'm sorry, that you can't call Lester to get the cops off you on, it's ridiculous. Like one of the new nightclub popularity missions, you're taking out drug dealers. And I'm sorry, actually, that's not the one I'm thinking of. It's the paparazzi one where you're going to the paparazzi's apartment. You're uploading a virus to his computer because he's got incriminating photographs for one of our clients. And you get a wanted level at his apartment if you get seen by the camera. You get a 2-star wanted level. And you can't call Lester to get rid of it. You have to actually, like, lose the cops for real. And that's silly to me because it's only a 2-star. It's not like they're a big part of the mission. It's literally just something to make the mission take longer than it needs to. And then after you take out the paparazzi, same thing. You get a wanted level again, another 2-star. And you cannot call Lester for it. You have to, like, legitimately lose it. And I feel like in missions like that, these newer missions where they've decided to disable calling Lester, I feel like that's just kind of dumb because the cops are not a significant part of the mission at all. They're not important to it. They're just a nuisance. They're just a time drag is all they are. But for whatever reason, Rockstar, in most of their newer missions these days, have disabled calling Lester. And I don't get why. I don't understand why. It's supposed to be a part of the game, you know. You can get the cops off of you. Lester's Lester. He has the connections, you know. But anyway, that's their crap game design sometimes, you know. So, all right. Well, this will put us up to 80 in this warehouse. So I'm going to go ahead and do a sale. Should net us 1.5 million. I guess I just want to go back out to the computer, actually. All right, sell for 1.5 million. Oh man, and I hope it's not the glitched out. If you guys remember the last time I did 5 warehouse sales, 4 of them were either Titans or Cubans. Oh, nice. All right, I like the trucks. They're a little They're a little wild to control. They accelerate kind of weirdly. Yeah. Usually when there's a solid object right in front of you, the truck will suddenly gain an unexpected amount of velocity and cause you to crash into it. But let's take it easy here. Now, there may be enemies waiting for me at the drop-off. There's like 2 different versions of this. Sometimes there's enemies chasing, sometimes there's enemies waiting, and sometimes there's no enemies at all. We will see. And then after the crate warehouses, I should have a pretty significantly large nightclub sale to do as well. Where is this one at? Is this down on Elysian Island, I think, maybe? Oh. Yeah, looks like it. Is it Elysian Island? Or is it the... There's kind of like 2 islands there. There's Elysian, and then there's the, like the, kind of like the Merryweather Island, you could call it, I guess. Where all the Merryweather docks are. Yeah, it's the Merryweather one. But how am I getting in there, I guess? Oh, yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. The thing just suddenly accelerates. And here we go. To Port of South Los Santos. Okay. I guess call it the Southport Island, I guess. Where is the drop-off, though? Guess I'll follow the... Okay. Like along this thing? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of out of the way. So anyone coming in? Definitely going to call for the buzzard here, because a lot of times the oppressor won't spawn right down around these islands. It'll like spawn over on the docks, over on the other side of the water, stuff like that. Looks like this is going to be the easy one, though. Looks like no enemies to attack, so most likely that'll be the case for all 3. Because when enemies attack at the drop-off, they typically attack at all 3. So they didn't attack now, they probably won't. Well, good enough. The only thing hard about this one is the weird location. I don't really spend a lot of time down around that part of the map, honestly. That's probably one of the areas I'm least familiar with. And I know the map really well. As a matter of fact, I joke sometimes. I think that I know this. I think I know this city like better than I know my actual city in real life. Just spent so much time driving in it, you know, with all the different locations. Kind of funny. It actually feels like a real place. Definitely one of the best game maps. I know I criticize Rockstar a lot, and deservedly so, by the way. They do a lot of things that they deserve to be criticized for. But the map design for this game is absolutely praiseworthy. It's one of the best game maps that was ever made, in my opinion. Fell in love with it from the first time I played the game. I really like the map in GTA 4 also, but I will say that Liberty City feels kind of claustrophobic, I guess, maybe. And I know, I guess in real life, New York does feel kind of claustrophobic with all those buildings and whatnot. But this one just felt like a little more, I don't know, open air, pretty. I guess would be the word I would use. This map is easier on the eyes than the Liberty City map. But the Liberty City map was amazing. Don't get me wrong. When I first played GTA 4, I was blown away by that too. At just the complexity and how, how much was going on in that map. It was a really good, recreation of New York City. I know GTA 6, they're saying, is going to be in Vice City based on the leaks and what we've seen and whatnot. And that's cool. That's cool. I liked Vice City. I thought Vice City was a good game. It was obviously one of the first GTAs I ever played. But I will be interested to see maybe GTA 7. Maybe they'll come back to Liberty City again. And of course, I'll probably be dead by then. That'll probably be about 30 years from now. So it'll be on the PlayStation 10. If their recent, well, we're back to criticizing Rockstar. If their recent slow release schedule is any indication. But I would like to see like a more detailed reimagined version of Liberty City. They're actually saying, the devs I read somewhere were saying that the new Vice City map for GTA 6 is maybe not, by overall area, maybe not quite as big as this map, but it's much more granular, meaning that all the buildings, or most of the buildings actually have an interior. Excuse me, actually have an interior that you can go into. Versus, this map is huge and sprawling, but let's face it, a lot of these buildings are just eye candy. You can't actually go into them. There's no interiors to them, that sort of thing. So they're looking for like more of a dense map, I guess they were saying, which they felt was better for the realism. And I will agree with that. As much as I love this map, and I think it's one of the greatest maps of all time, I will admit, when you get up close to a lot of these buildings and you look in the windows, and it's obviously just, like a bitmap image, doesn't look real, or, and there's nothing in there. Then you kind of get that empty feeling sense, like, yeah, these buildings are just props, they're not really buildings. So that will be kind of cool if they, even if it's not quite as big, if all the buildings actually have, explorable interiors. I think that could be interesting. We'll see. Not sure when that game is going to come out either. A lot of people are saying not till 2024. I don't know. It depends where they're at with it. Important to remember that those leaks, if you watched them, those leaks were actually footage from 2019. So that's like over 2 years ago, 3 years ago, actually. So I have to believe they've significantly, developed the game since then. Well, did you see that guy? He just like materialized, walked through the truck. It's kind of funny. Anyways, I gotta believe that they're quite a bit ahead on development from what we saw in the leaks. I hope they are anyway. It's been 3 years. I know 2020 was kind of a wash for everybody with COVID and everything. That probably put a big damper on development at that point. But they've had a lot of time since then. And I guess these delays are kind of a reflection of the new culture at the company. And, I'm not going to even comment on we're not going to make jokes, the way we used to, blah, 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 whatever. you know, that's kind of missing the point. That's one of the best parts of the game. It's just how they make fun of everybody. Nobody is safe. But I guess now they're going to be safe. But aside from that, another part of the culture of that company at this point is a non-crunch culture. So, like, I guess the devs for, like, GTA 5 were just slave-driven to get it out. I mean, they really worked them and you know, made them, you know, perform at an unreal level to get it out. You know, they're pulling 100-hour weeks and they had to keep crunching and crunching and crunching, and they were burning people out developing it and stuff. And so I guess the new culture is we don't do that. Well, the offshoot of that is, well, now the game takes forever to get developed because people aren't working as hard. They're not crunching. They're not. And look, I'm not advocating for slave driving your employees, obviously, but I'm just observing that there is a consequence to that also, which is here we are 9 years later, and they haven't been able to produce a new game in that time frame. Barrels are movable. Where is the drop-off? Ah, here we are. All right, well, that was pretty painless. All right. So I'm going to jump sessions again. Actually, first I'm going to make sure. Oh, hey, I ranked up. That's the other thing from doing a lot of crate missions. You end up ranking up a lot because it pays good in RP. I'm going to save my progress a little bit. And I'm going to jump to my office. And going to do the Darnell Brothers warehouse will be the next one that I do. That one was a little bit slower, but in general, I really like the speed jumping sessions with invite only. It seems like it goes by a lot faster than public sessions. It looks like my agents are done too, so I'll probably, before I do the sell, I'll probably go ahead and send them back out too. So this is Darnell Brothers. Get 3 crates for them. Go to Del Perro. Okay, yeah. So this is one of the new crate missions I was talking about. Absolutely not. Find new session. And thank God for the fast invite only session jumps. It would be really painful to have to do that with public sessions. There we go. Not too bad. Where's all the money in my office? Kind of hit or miss. Sometimes I spawn in and all the money's on the floor, sometimes not. All right, try this again. Go to Del Perro. You gotta be kidding me. That that never happens. That never happens. It really doesn't. I've never seen that happen before. I've heard other people say it did. They got it like 3-4 times in a row, but I have not had that happen in the past. I usually get an OG mission after session jumping from like a Del Perro one. Because the other one is it's not go to Well, I guess that one was Del Perro, wasn't it? There's another one too, where it sends you somewhere else. But either way, it's the new mission, and you don't want it. There we go. Hey, money's back. So yeah, kind of weird. All right, try this again. We are out $36,000 from that. Come on. All right, 3 crates. There we go. OG mission now. Goofies.
Oh, hi. What can I do for
And
you?
head out in the buzzard.
As you've decided, I'll get the Pegasus rep to prepare the vehicle. Whatever you want. I'll get him to bring it up to the helipad.
It's there for taking. Get it and bring it back to the warehouse.
All right. Is it really 7:30 already? Been at this for an hour? This is only the second warehouse? Oof. Well, I said I wanted to wrap up by 8. I don't think that's going to happen. But I do have a hard stop at 8:30 because, like I said, I work. Okay, where is this crate? This is looking like the same mission as the one we had for West Finwood. Is it going to be the one where the cops are waiting? I mean, it was easy enough. Just call Lester, but kind of weird. No, it's a different location. Okay. You know what I don't get enough of? The OG mission where you just literally get the truck and drive it back and nobody bothers you. Oh yeah, look at this. There's people around. I have a feeling, yeah, I don't want to use my rockets here. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, I know what this is. This is where the Lost are laying around here, and I got to take out like 3 guys who are lying by each of the crates. And you don't want to use your rockets, like I said, when my rocket was targeting. You don't want to use that because you will take out the crate too. So here's this guy is laying here. We got 1 crate. I am going to take the guys out before I go. I know one of them. Where are the other 2 crates? This is where sometimes it's best to go to the smaller radar. He'll be up here. Yeah, this guy. So that one is up here. And I want to say the last one is under the bridge, kind of. Over here, maybe on the other side of this house. It's kind of a widespread scene. Yeah, here he is. All right. Now the Lost will, like, shoot up here. I'm going to call for my oppressor. Because it'll be a lot easier to zoom in with the oppressor. Just zoom down and pick up the crate when I'm coming back than with the buzzard. The buzzard can be a little problematic picking crates up sometimes. It's just not as agile, you know what I mean? It doesn't swoop down by the ground, especially like going under that bridge for that 1 crate. So while we're doing this, I think a couple Lost will appear and attack us in cars, but they're not really that dangerous. What's funny is we've actually found all 3 crates at this point. We know where they are. But if you look at my radar, it still shows just a question mark. In a little while, my assistant will call and say, "Oh, hey, I found them." Kind of funny. Like, yeah, thanks, girl. We already know where they are. 2 degrees, huh? Oh yeah, there's the lost guys. They'll either be on their motorcycles or in their slam bands, one of the two. What are they driving? I couldn't see it. Oh, they're not. Actually, they're in, it was like a white SUV, some kind. That's weird for the Lost. I would have expected motorcycles or slam bands for them. Alright, I don't want to fly into that circle. I prefer to walk in. Yeah, see, now she's hitting me up. Hey, I found him. Yeah, we already found him, girl. Thanks. Thanks, Lily. Alright. So it is a little tedious to have to go pick up one crate at a time and take it like most of the way across the map here like this, but it is what it is. Rockstar likes to artificially inflate the time of their missions. Like I was saying earlier, that's why they disable Lester for a lot of the newer missions now, even when the cops aren't important to the mission and they're just basically a time waster. Make you lose the 2-star level manually. Which with an oppressor obviously is as simple as just flying up on a roof and sitting there, but still. I know I've said in the past that the crate missions were always like way overly tedious for me, and missions like this one, yeah, well, they really strengthen my opinion on that. Yes, they are. They're way too tedious. Oof, almost brained myself there on that bridge. And yeah. All right. Just got to do it as fast as you can. That's kind of the drawback of the oppressor versus the buzzard too, is, you know, a good fast helicopter will get you across the map faster than the oppressor will. But we need to swoop down and pick those up, so like for that one under the bridge, it would have been pretty tough to fly that helicopter under that bridge. Would have had to have stopped it, gotten out, run down there, picked it up, run back up to the helicopter, got back in, take back off. By the time you do all that, you pretty much have made up the difference in time for getting across the map. So you may as well just stay on the oppressor. But not gonna lie, it is tedious. This is why I didn't do a lot of crates back in the day. I was more of a auto export, import export guy. Which, you know, I don't know why, it seems like that's not really a valid thing to do so much for the money anymore. I mean, it makes what it always made, of course. If it's on double money, it's definitely valuable. But with the advent of the payphone hits, which you can also do, they're basically, I felt like the payphone hits were kind of a replacement for the CEO auto export, because like them, you can do it every 20 minutes. It's got the same cooldown, and the payout is similar. If you were to do the high-end vehicle perfectly without damaging the vehicle, you'd walk away with 80 grand. And if you do the payphone hit perfectly, you know, and achieve the bonus kill, you walk away with 85 grand. And they both have a 20-minute cooldown after doing it. So it felt like payphone hits were kind of the replacement for that. And honestly, if you're grinding hard, and you're not doing, you know, you're on a cooldown between Cayos, obviously the most valuable thing to do will be Cayo Perico. If you have one available, do it. You know, that's always going to be the fastest money there is. But if you're in between Cayos and you're looking for activities to do, I find that honestly, if you can handle the tedium, if you knock out a payphone hit every 20 minutes and in between try to get 2 life and death bikes done out of your MC Clubhouse, it may be VIP work somewhere in there too. If you can get 2 life and death bikes and a headhunter done in between your payphone hits, well, I mean, you're looking at like, well, 75 and 75 is 150. And 125 would be 275. You're looking at 275 grand every 20 minutes, roughly. You know, obviously you don't. What am I doing? I'm on autopilot. I think I'm going to my bunker because I'm heading this way. So it was on the deck. There it is. Okay. So you're looking at like 275 grand every 20 minutes. That's significant money for a grind. It really is. It's some of the best money you've ever seen. And all you're doing is basically one-off missions, you know, over and over. Basically payphone hit, headhunter, you know, life and death bike, payphone hit, headhunter, life and death bike. And for life and death bike, if you don't know this, you can session jump just set your spawn point as your MC Clubhouse. And if the life and death bike mission is not available on the board, just session jump and go back to it again, and it will be there eventually. You might have to try a few times. I've seen it where like three jumps it took to get it back on the board again, but most of the time it seems like it's there almost every time. I've been pretty lucky with that. So it doesn't take that long, you know, to get it done. You can get it done in under 10 minutes. Which is why you've got time for basically 2 of them in between your payphone hits, plus the headhunter. My assistant, we can't afford to keep these out much longer. Well, yeah, if I didn't have to fly back and forth across the entire map and carry each one individually, I would have got it done much faster. Thank you. This game. All right, so what I am going to do, you know what? No, I'm not. I said I was going to start up my agents again but at this point, because it's actually getting kind of late, I'm going to just go right to the sale. Let's just do it. So continue. And pray we don't have to go to LSIA. For a glitched out Titan mission. No, we got trucks again. Look at that.
Good price for this stuff, but the buyer wants it delivered to multiple locations.
Okay, multiple locations. Usually there will be a cop waiting at one of them. I don't know if this is the best route, but we're taking it. Now this version of the truck mission can be a little bit more challenging. It's a lot more driving. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, so I wanted to go up, so needed to go out the other way. Make a big U-turn here in the intersection. I'm sure all the NPC cars will stay out of my way for that. Actually, they did, amazingly. All right, dude, come on. I think this one is what, at the construction? Yeah. It's like up over here on the right. And the truck cannot make the turn. Oh, actually, I'm right on it. I could drop it right there. Okay. Oh. I thought it was up here in this section. Man, sometimes this thing just does not turn. It doesn't matter. I've got the stick pushed hard left, and it will not turn. I want to say I can drop it out here near the street. Yeah, I can. And then this one, I want to say you're best off backing into it because the only way out is the way you go in. And the final drop off is up at the casino. There we go. And actually, I might as well head up here so I can go straight across to the casino on the bridge. And I want to say it's best to just pull in from the parking lot side. You can just kind of go straight back to the drop-off point. Yeah, here. Okay. So I am going to call for my oppressor. It's telling me I can't enter the Diamond Casino. I'm not trying to. All right. Well, this one is actually the easy version too. There was no cops at the one drop, which is nice. Because I have seen this mission before where at one of the drops the cops were watching and then you end up getting a wanted level, and you can call Lester though. It's pretty easy to get rid of them. It's just a little bit more difficult than this one. And I want to say there's maybe a version of this also where enemies are chasing you, but again, just like with the other one, it looks like I'm lucking out on this. I'm getting the easiest version of this mission. Just like we did with the first one. And I think what I'm going to do is back in here so that I can more easily... Oh, come on. There we go. So that I can go up the ramp more easily now. Yeah, that's a lot easier that way. We'll drop off at construction, then at ammunition, and then in the alley. I love how the cars are blocking. And yeah, I can't make the turn. Trying to turn this thing just absolutely sucks sometimes. right. And actually, when I pull back out of the alley, I can probably just go straight up that road, that little side road, rather than what I was doing. Whoops. Oops. I like this truck for the speed, but I don't like how like the handling is so wonky with it. Like it does the acceleration thing kind of weird, and then it also turns kind of weird sometimes, or it doesn't turn. That's the funny thing. If you need it to turn fast and sharp, it won't turn at all. But if you just need kind of a slow turn to edge by something, it'll suddenly find its ability to turn and crash into whatever's on your right or left. So wonky. It just feels kind of wonky is all. The handling kind of sucks. But then it is a big truck, isn't it? If you've ever tried to drive something like this in real life, you know they don't handle really well. They're definitely not a Dodge Neon. Alright, slow let's. Now, is it too soon to call for my oppressor? If it is, then I'll just call for the buzzard. It really hasn't been that long since I called for it. Or nope, it's fine. There we go. One more. One more truck. All right. Man, I definitely underestimated the time it would take to do these, though. I thought I could knock all this out like inside an hour. My bad. Oh, come on. See what I mean? If you need it to just make a gentle turn, it suddenly finds its ability to turn. There we go. Then when you need it to turn sharp, suddenly it can't turn at all. There we go. NPC traffic is always your friend. They make things so much easier. And you know what? This time I'm just going to crash through these guys, and too bad. I tried to avoid them before, and then I couldn't get through the wall. Now the bus, unfortunately, I cannot just kick aside the way I can all the cars. Bus, of course. Right at that moment, the one thing I can't knock aside. Get this to the casino. I can't get a wanted level during this, can I? I hope not. I had to run that person over. Sorry to the motorcycle. And we are done. All right. Actually, we will just go ahead and jump again. Jump into the CEO office. And next one up is logistics. Man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish these, though. I'm not really sure. This could be tight time-wise. It's already 10 to 8. And we'll really be falling short if we're not able to finish it. Wait. You did not complete your last special cargo sale. Most of your stock has been recovered, returned to your warehouse. Less a few crates as a penalty. What the heck? No. Did I jump sessions too fast after finishing? And it thinks I didn't finish now? Are you kidding me with this? You gotta be kidding me, Rockstar. Come on. No. No. It's empty. There's no crates there. Yeah, no. Logistics is next. I think it's wrong, actually. What is my go to Hookies? Yeah, no, that's another one. That's the other one. Go to Del Perro and go to Hookies. Boy, this keeps giving me the what's my cash though? 3.6 million. No, we're fine. It counted it. It totally counted it. Okay, woo. Well, that scared me for a second there. It gave me the crate missions, crate sell mission fail message there for a second, but it was wrong, actually. The crate warehouse is empty, and I've got the cash from that sale, so I don't know what it... boy, wouldn't it have been funny if it gave me the cash and it still put all those crates back? That would be a glitch, though, and I don't know what I would do about that, because I want this to be legitimate. I might actually have to contact Rockstar at that point and say, hey, I'm trying to do a legitimate grind here to 1 billion, and this glitched on me. I mean, it's not like it's intentional. I guess part of the thing when you're playing a game like this is you also have to accept that glitches are going to occur that you can't control. And that doesn't make, your outcome illegitimate if it's outside of your hands. But it would be kind of a bummer, I would certainly make an effort to correct it if that were to happen. If Rockstar wouldn't correct it, then there wouldn't be anything I could do. But we all know that Rockstar is incredibly responsive to support tickets, so I'm sure they would take care of it right away. Actually, because, ironically, because it would be me asking them to take away money that I got, illegitimately through glitch, they would probably jump right on that and give that like A+ support, actually. Anything to take away from you. But if you were to lose money, through some bad glitch, then of course.
We're good to go. Collect the
All right, where is this thing? Ah, okay. Woof. Kind of turned the wrong way there. Rockstar. If you ever want to laugh, look for some videos on YouTube about like Rockstar support tickets and the ridiculous responses people get from them. It's like they're not even having the same conversation. Unbelievably bad support. Honestly, though, that's not only Rockstar. Rockstar's not the only company guilty of that. EA was pretty amazingly bad, too. Okay, so we got the cop truck. So what I gotta do is steady this thing out first. And all I really gotta do is shoot him out of the truck and then call Lester once I take the truck. That'll be the way to handle it. Get my combat MG. Hopefully none of the NPC cars decide to yeah, see, usually they stop by then. Alright. That was kind of weird. He turned around. I don't know if I just didn't get enough hits on the driver. But what I am going to do is... Oh, see, now he turned around again. Oof. There he goes. Now he's out. I don't think you want to die during this either, though. Your best bet at this point is to just get in the truck and go. And now call Lester.
Hi. What service are you looking for?
There we go.
Can't handle the heat, my friend? Okay. Leave it with creepy Uncle Lester.
That was actually pretty good placement as far as like where it was located relative to my warehouse. Made the return a lot quicker. Nice. All right. So now let's sell this thing. Where do I have to go? Enter a truck. Wow, I am looking out on the trucks this time.
Transport. If you can get this deal without any hiccups, then we can celebrate.
What did she say? Someone's gonna chase me? I'm not sure. I may need to fight some people on this one. I think the chances of getting this one with no enemies twice in a row is pretty low. What the heck, man? This thing just... It's like the steering goes completely out on this thing sometimes. I had the stick hard left and it was just going straight. My controller's broken. So this actually makes me wonder sometimes. But no, because when I'm driving a actual responsive car, it doesn't do that. It's just like in this thing. So will this be the one where they ambush me at the drop-off? Or will this be the one where... they chase me when I'm driving it? Not sure. I do know that after that message last time I session jumped about the sale not being complete, I'm going to make sure I save my progress before I do that. That would really suck to session jump too fast and then lose your sale even though you completed it. Yes. That's kind of unrealistic. That tiny car hit me from the side and sent this huge truck flying. I kind of feel like it would have gone the other way. Like they should have just bounced off me because this is a big, massive truck. And I'm going to jump my way onto the freeway. Not going to... stunt jump here. Stunt jump completed. I already did all of them anyway, but It's kind of funny. Just don't jump in one of these. So I think this will be the drop-off point that's kind of out by that mall near my bunker. Which is a long way to go with this, honestly. But it is what it is. My big fear is I'm going to get the Titan mission or the Cuban mission, and it's going to be the one that glitches out on the 4th drop, and then you have no choice but to jump sessions at that point. We've had that one happen on stream before, and it's, you know, that's one of those times where I absolutely invoke the professional and say, yeah, you know, really, Rockstar? 7 years this bug has been in the game, and it's game breaking. It's literally game breaking, and you guys won't fix it. But you will prioritize, you know, all kinds of BS stuff that's really not that important. All right, so do we have incoming? No. Wow. Wow. Okay. So it looks like we're going to get the easy version yet again on this one. We've had some really good luck on the missions on this one. So it looks like no one's going to attack us. I wish it would spawn my oppressor a little bit closer, but that's all right. Look at that city. Nice. Like I said, one of the all-time greatest maps. Really is for a game. But it would be better if all those buildings had interiors that you could actually, you know, go through. We'll see. I'm not sure which is better. Having like a widespread map where a lot of the buildings are just props, or having a smaller, more compact map, but like every inch of it is explorable for real. I don't know. The thing about it is that I guess the concern I have about that is, yeah, okay, so a lot of these buildings, you know, you can't actually go into. But as you're doing stuff, do you really need to go in all of them? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I can see the argument both ways. I can see the argument why, you know, it's a more engaging map to be more widespread, even if the buildings are props. But I can also see where people think, well, what if we could go in every single building and it's all actually real all the way through? Then, you know, that'll be more. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Is there a quicker way I could be going with this? I don't know. I guess this is fine. GPS isn't too bad on this one. I mean, maybe I could have just taken that main road across and then come straight down this way, rather than winding around through all that. Maybe I'll try that on the third one. I think it's only a difference of a few seconds, really, even if it is faster. old nightclub location. I used to have that one there. It was alright. It was pretty decent, but I like the one further north. I feel like my current location is just a little bit better. A lot of the nightclub sales, which is nightclub sales are my main focus with that, obviously. A lot of those sales go north of the city, and because of that, having the nightclub up near the north border makes the drive times a little bit shorter, I think. Now, there are a few missions in the city that would be shorter from my old location, but like I say, I think the majority, I see a lot more nightclub missions taking me north than I do in the city. And I'm pretty sure if they don't attack on the first one, that they're not going to on the other two either. Thought maybe there's a chance that they just only attack on the last vehicle, but I actually think, if memory serves me correctly, if you get the version of this where they're attacking, they attack on all three drop-offs. I'm pretty sure. Let's head in here. Did I manage to, like, pin myself back here? Yeah, kind of. Gotta run back out to the front. I try to spawn the oppressor back there. I'm not sure where it will spawn. Probably maybe down in that road below. I have to jump down, but sometimes that retaining wall down there can get in the way. I don't know. It's just, I feel safer doing it out here. Even though it keeps throwing it across the freeway. And these cars are acting like I don't exist. There we go. That was a near miss. All right. One more for this one. And man, I still have two more warehouses after this, plus the nightclub sale, and I've only got 20 minutes now to a hard stop. Guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to get all this done tonight. That's unfortunate. You know what I could do though? Well, no, I really can't either, because now I've got these warehouses above the 86, I'm sorry, the 77 crate mark. I really do need to sell them. I guess what I'll do is I'll maybe just sell them without the 3 crate source mission beforehand, and it'll be a little less than 1.5 million, but I can get these knocked out and then get the warehouse club. I mean, it's only a difference. Those 3 crates are a difference of about 50 grand. So it's going to be a difference of about 150 grand total over the next, well, I guess there's only 2 warehouses left. So it'll be a difference of about 100 grand total in what I would have gotten. But for the time, it'll probably be worth it, actually. So for the next two, I'm not going to do the source mission. I'm just going to go straight to selling. And that's probably going to be for the better for this. I'll be able to finish at least the crate warehouses. I might go a little bit over, but it won't be too bad. So like I said, for this one, I'm just going to stay on this road and take it around. I think it's fine. Just take this road all the way around and jump on the freeway. Oh, come on. Oof. Really? Trying to drive this thing at a high rate of speed through like all the cars and telephone poles and stuff is really kind of hard to do. Oh, actually, I could just get on the freeway here, couldn't I? I didn't even think about that. Yeah, there's a freeway entrance here that'll take me right on through. Yeah, that's probably the better route to go, actually. Yeah, I'll head that way. This thing will fit under that bridge, right? I didn't even think about that. That main bridge. Yeah, these seem pretty high, actually. I know there's a few low bridges around in the map. I know there's a few places where, like, your some of your vehicles, like your MOCs and stuff, like, it won't fit underneath. Especially if you have, or your terabyte and stuff, especially if you have, like, the cannons and stuff on top, like the guns. But I think this one has pretty good clearance. We'll see. Is this thing... Yeah, I don't think this thing is really much taller than a semi-truck. I don't think so. Yeah, plenty of clearance. Good. Yeah, I think that was actually a lot quicker than going down the way I had been going. Gotta sneak through on the other side of the road here. Yeah, and even doing this cell missions directly without doing the source missions for these last two, I might still go past that 8:30 mark. I did not think these would take this long to do, honestly. I definitely underestimated. Alright. This one's done. We are right next to... Oh, hey, look at this. Hostiles coming in. Okay. Well, okay, I was wrong then. If it is still possible for hostiles to come in, even if they're in their crap cars, though. I've seen these guys before. We'll see how many come. Are there more coming? Yeah, I guess there'll probably be 3 waves, one for each truck, probably. So that was the first wave. And here's the second wave coming. Here they are. You know what? Where are these guys? Here they are. Oh, he kind of got a drop on me there, didn't he? Where's this guy at? Ah, I see him. Got him. Oh, he almost got me, though. I need to snack up and get some health on. So this time, I'm going to try to blow their cars up right off the bat. Where are they? Come on in, guys. Yeah, there you go. That's the way you end them quick. Get my oppressor. Oh, it still spawned it down there, even though I was out on the road. Why you do me like that, Rockstar? Alright, no big deal. At least there's no... Actually, there is no retaining wall here. Okay, nice. In some areas of this, there there is like a retaining wall down low, and I've hopped down and ended up getting like stuck behind it. So that's what I was talking about when I said that earlier. So we got 2 crate warehouses left, and like I said, because we're getting so late now, it's like 8:16. I'm not going to do the buyers only accept complete shipments if delivery vehicles. Yeah, I know this. All right, I'm not going to do a source mission for these. Oh, right into a tree, really? All right, here we go.
Did you forget?
Yes, Simeon, I have forgotten about you. Want to know why? Your missions don't pay crap. You know, it's funny. I've got my CEO helicopter out, but I also have the concierge one out. Apparently those are different, because I see 2 orange helicopters on the map. Now, I know I can have, just from experience back in the day, I know I can have simultaneously like the buzzard and the cargo bob out. I wonder if I can have all 3 out simultaneously. I mean, obviously you can only fly one at a time, but just kind of curious about that. All right, let's just get in here and sell these as quickly as possible. I have a feeling I'm going to go past 8:30. I'm going to be hungry when I start work. I will have no food. It's all right. Part of the benefit of working at home is I can grab food while I'm working too. It depends how busy things are. If there's a whole bunch of things that need my attention right away, I won't be able to for a little while. It's all right. That's when I hit up the wife, man. Sweetie, could you get me some food? Give her the sorrow story. Enter a plane.
It's go time, boss.
Oh boy,
The money's
here we
ours
go.
now. You get the goods to the drop-off, their lawyers give us access. We're close, boss. Real close.
All right, we'll see. LSIA, unfortunately, I really didn't want this. Oh, and there's 3 different planes. Oh, so this is going to be... Okay. This will probably be the Cuban mission where you have to land it at the stop off, and there's going to be a bunch of enemies waiting. But I can take them all out with the first plane and then just land the other ones. We'll see. I've actually failed this mission before, where I overshot the landing spot. I'm not very good at landing these planes, I will say that. Especially depending on where it is. I mean, if it's just at Mackenzie or whatever that airfield is over, I can do that one pretty decently. But some of the drop-off landing spots for this mission are kind of crazy, like in the middle of wilderness and stuff like that, or not wilderness, but not an airfield. Let's just put it that way. No runway. All right. And these are probably the worst planes to fly. I do have them updated, which is nice. They can actually take quite a bit of a hit, but I don't know, we'll see. I think I prefer this mission to the Titan with 10 drop-offs where the helicopters chase you, though. I think I do prefer this. And I think the next time I do that mission, when I get the 10 drop-offs with the Titan, rather than scouting it all out with my oppressor or helicopter beforehand, I think what I might do is just take the Titan, and as soon as I start getting you know, enemies on me, go land the Titan at Mackenzie and hop out and take them out, and then hop back in, take off again, and go. I think that might be faster than trying to scout out the whole thing beforehand and then coming all the way back to LSIA and then grabbing the Titan and then doing the drops. I don't know. It takes like 10 minutes to scout the whole thing out, I noticed. And I had a weird situation with the Valkyrie with that one, where I was in my what's the vertical takeoff, the Hydra. I was in my Hydra and I found the Valkyrie. I was scouting out the drops beforehand. Hey, at least this one is at I think it's called Mackenzie, this airport here. So this is actually one of the better locations for this anyways. There's going to be a whole bunch of guys there who will probably kill me during the fight, because there's like no place to take cover and there's like a ton of them. But anyway, hold on, let's... come to a stop here, please. Now, can I get a lock on? If I were to call for my buzzard right now, I've never tried this before. Can I get a lock onto these guys? I'll get back to the Hydra thing in a second. I can. Wow, he is not going down, is he? Wow. Okay. Is there anyone else out here? I know I still gotta bring that Cuban into the circle, and that's okay. Just, is there anyone else? Is he the only enemy left? Got him. All right. I know I still need to bring that Cuban into the circle, but I'll do that when I come back, actually. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I'm in this buzzard right now and fly back and grab another Cuban. I think that's all the enemies. Well, that's a lot easier than dealing with them on the ground, I'll tell you that. I've had issues fighting them before. But anyways, as I was saying, I was doing the Titan mission where you have the 10 drops and you get chased by the buzzards and the Valkyrie. And I was flying around in my Hydra first to scout out all the drops and, you know, flush those guys out. And I took care of the 2 buzzards, no problem. But for the Valkyrie, I had the weirdest thing going on. I don't know if it was a glitch or if this is just the reality of it. The Valkyrie appeared. He was right in front of my Hydra. And I was using my explosive cannons, and my explosive cannons were going right through him, like he wasn't really even there. And I couldn't take him out that way. And he, meanwhile, kept shooting my Hydra, and my Hydra was actually starting to smoke. And what I ended up doing was having to land the Hydra, hop out, and hit him with my explosive sniper, and that took him out then. But I was not able to kill that Valkyrie with my Hydra for whatever reason. It was like he was invulnerable, or it was almost like he was in passive mode, except he was, you know, still shooting me. So I don't know. I'm thinking in the future it might be quicker for that mission to just jump in the Hydra, to jump in the Titan, go ahead and do the drops, and when you start getting attacked, then just you know, land the thing at Mackenzie where I just was basically, and then hop out and take them out with your ground weapons. Because honestly, that Titan can take a lot of hits. The armor on that thing is huge because I've upgraded it. Actually, same with these Cubans. These Cubans can take quite a few hits too. They don't blow up easy. So I think I would have enough time to land the thing, and even though they'll be hitting me while I'm trying to land at Mackenzie, I think the Titan can last through that pretty decent. We'll see. We'll see. Just a thought I had about that. Might be more efficient. Alright, can we get this thing off the ground? And that's the other thing, whenever I'm doing this mission like this, it like always turns foggy too, it seems like. So you don't have good visibility. Look at this. Like, how is it this foggy at 2 in the afternoon in Los Santos? That's not really believable. I would expect the fog to be burned off by now. In fact, it was clearer earlier in the day. Kind of weird. I am stunned at how long these warehouse sales took. I did not think they would take this long, to be honest with you. I mean, I know I was doing the source missions for the first 3, but still, I didn't expect these to take more than an hour, really. I guess that's just a, proof of my unfamiliarity with them. Still haven't done a whole lot of them yet. And I'm not usually under a crunch to get them done like this, so... See what happens here. I'm going to take the long approach. Get the landing gear down. You know, I'm not really good at landing these things, but I feel like I did that one pretty well. So I think we took care of everything already as far as... Yeah. So this is done. And just for the long distance flight, I'm going to call my buzzard again, because I think that'll get me back to LSIA faster. And it's not like I have to... actually, I could have called for my Hydra since we're right at the airport. That would have gotten me there real fast. Oh, well. I know I still got to drive that first Cuban into the yellow circle to drop it off. Take care of it after we get this last one back. Honestly, surprisingly easy, this mission this time around. It's, well, you know what it is? When it's at an actual airfield, it's really easy to land. That's the difference maker for me anyways. Some of the other drop-off points, like up by the vineyards and stuff like that, like I said, there's no runway, and if you try to use the roads, the NPC cars get in your way. I actually ended up failing the mission one time because all the NPC cars were getting in the way of the plane, and I couldn't get it up to the circle. And I kept like hopping out of the plane and trying to like shoot them all, but more kept spawning, and then they started freaking out, and they kept piling up in front of the plane and stopping it. It was just a mess. I wish I had taped that, actually. I wish I taped it. I'm so old. I wish I had recorded that, actually. That would have made kind of a funny video. The NPC is just absolutely refusing to allow the Cuban plane through to the vineyard, and I ended up having to jump sessions because we were down to like 2 minutes left in the mission, and it was obvious I wasn't going to be able to get through. They were not going to allow it, and the Cuban was actually starting to get a little damage too, like from NPC cars running into it, and my up and atom gun, where I was trying to throw the NPC cars out of the way, but it was also, you know, kind of nicking a little bit the Cuban too. Good behavior. Rockstar and I have very different opinions of what constitutes good behavior. I'm sitting here doing illegal goods fencing. All right, one last Cuban here. Try to clear that thing. Wouldn't that be a horrible ending to this? Crashing into that antenna. The other thing I don't like about the Cubans, though, is also that they're so slow. They feel like they're kind of like the Dodo in that sense. They're just not a real fast plane. I think they're the lowest end plane in the game, I think. Because even the Dodo can go on water, right? They can water land, I think. You guys see the gold Lux jet on sale this week? If I was already past the $1 billion mark, I might buy stuff like that, just because it's kind of funny and pointless. But I mean, let's face it. Even where I'm at right now, coming up on 700 million, I still could afford to do anything really I wanted. I've got that goal in my head. I want to hit that billion mark. The landing gear down, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the long runway again this time. I'm actually even approaching from further back this time, which is nice. Got to come in for a smooth landing here. Looks good. A little tilted. There we go. All right, I think it already counted this one. So now I just got to drive that third one up in here. It's just far enough away to be annoying. I have to run all the way to it. right, so let's deposit the cash and see where I'm at on this anyways. So like I said at the beginning of the stream, I knew we were going to come up short on 700 million because I didn't get to play over the weekend the way I needed to. I only did a single Cayo instead of like 6. And even that was a, what's it called? A easy mode one. Wasn't even hard mode, so I didn't get the bonus value. Let's deposit. So we're at 695 million. And I've still got another warehouse to sell too. But it's getting on like 8:40 p.m. and I got to work at 9, so I do got to stop it, actually. Actually, what I'll probably do, quick way back to that, is I have a garage. Where is that garage? It's Exceptionalist. South Shambles Garage. There we go. Just to be safe. Oh, come on, Martin. Go away. Going to save my settings real quick. Online. My new session. Invite only. This will put me right by that warehouse, that last one that I have to sell, because that the South Shambles Garage is right next door to it, actually. I'm glad I own this garage. I've always had this garage, even back on PS3. This was a 10-car garage that was only like $100,000. And my original reason for buying it was on the PS3, the unaffiliated peyote gang car would spawn in the little, like, the little field across the street from it. You can see I've got all my like PS3 cars from the PS3 days. These were all the cars I used to drive back in the day. But even a shyster, use a lot. But anyways, back in the day in PS3, original gen, the unaffiliated gang car would spawn in this little field over here, this little yard where these rotted out buses are. And so I would actually keep that garage filled with the unaffiliated peyotes, the red ones. It's the red convertible one that sells for like 13,000, and it would like spawn like right here. And I could easily spawn another one by just driving out the one that I had from that garage and driving over here, and it would spawn for me really easy. With the new version, starting with like PS4, Xbox One, they stopped spawning there, and now they spawn in other locations. So, but I still like that garage just for the nostalgia. So I've got this warehouse to sell. Let's figure it out. I'm gonna do it off stream because, like I said, I got to get food and whatever, and I got to start work soon. I've got this warehouse to sell, which is what 1.45 million basically, and then I've got a big nightclub product sell, which is probably around 1.5 million too. So let's just say another $3 million in sales that I've got to do, and we're at 695. So after I sell this warehouse and sell the nightclub, I'll be around 698 million. At that point, we're pretty close to 700 million. I knew we were going to fall a little short. I knew it. I also did not know that this was going to take this long to do all these. So what I'm going to do is wrap the stream up here, and I will be hitting 700 million, of course, between now and Friday. So when I come back on Friday, I'll be over the 700 million mark at that point and start working on the 800. Hopefully we can do better when we get to 800 next time. Hopefully we won't have these distractions. But anyways, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. I got to get some food. I got to get to work. As always, everybody, thank you very much for watching and have a great game. We'll see you later.